This is way later because I ran out of space and taken me forever to figure out how to empty space on my phone, but I figured it out. I think for the most part, I left off with how I proved myself, and I mean, you were bringing me the kids before I even got this place, and my crime, like my crime was, okay, so Mike died, I left, and I relapsed. I was not even thinking about the contract that I signed with you, and it just, like, oh my gosh, I was, please, I didn't, it's not like, I mean, I didn't go home high or nothing, you know, and then I said hurtful things to you guys, you know, and I wrote some stuff down. Uh, I owned up to all that. Like, you know, I took responsibility. I apologized heartfeltly, like, more than once to both of you. You lied about me, you know, to get the sole custody. You weren't being honest at all. That you did not, like, even take into consideration at all that whole freaking 5 months before Mike died, when we signed the contract in January. Okay, I was dosing, you know, every day. I was there every day. I couldn't even spend one night a week at Mike's mom's like he wanted us to. I tried, and I remember missing the kids so bad that I couldn't do it. And he would throw tantrums because I couldn't even stay at his mom's. So for that whole 5 months, like, I was home. I was like getting better every day. And so, like, that wasn't okay, like, you know, but it's not even about that. We both know that you weren't honest, and I'm not, like, retaliating against you, just so you know, and you know, I'm like, this is, oh my gosh, this is a subject that, of course, you're gonna see some passion out of me over this. This is my kids, okay? I don't, it's not a bad thing to say, but, like, nature and reality is the connection and bond that a mother feels with her kids is whether it's a little more or a lot more, whatever, you never have and never will feel what I feel for the kids. And okay, just saying, like, this is nature, biology. They came out of my body. My body made them, okay? And I was a good mom. I was doing a good job, you know? I got sick. I didn't ask for that. I asked you so many times when we were married, I need help. I need help. I know my limitations. Talk to your family. I need help. I'm going to get sick again. High levels of stress lead to depression. And then that's what happened. That's what happened to me. That was a dark time. That was worse than when we were in Farmington. I was trying to kill myself. That was bad. So, but that's been over, okay? I don't need that to be, you know, like, that's the past. That is the past. So naturally, so basically, okay, so I after the 3 weeks was up with CPS, which is a whole other story, they lied to you. I never told anybody that I got high with Mike that night because I didn't. And I sent you a link to the police report. She blatantly lied to you, and that is not uncommon for CPS to do. Even the therapist that we're supposed to see together that I've met with even had an experience with them lying about something that he said. So that's what they do. And I've asked you, like, what do you want from me? Like, my gut has told me for a long time that Karen is getting high with Christian. Don't ask me how the hell I friggin' know that, but that is something that, like, I've learned my gut, okay? I've learned it, and I've tested it, and I really, you know, that, I'm just saying, how can you be so hypocritical that, you know, I mean, that, and you know, when she's high and drunk, it's obvious, you can tell with me, you would have never even known that I was on drugs if I didn't freaking tell you. Okay, so, and I had a hard time getting off of it. Like, you're, the way that you've been making me feel is just like, you're just like, oh my God, I was just this horrible, horrible person. And I wasn't. And I'm not. I'm still growing. Everything that happened to me has happened because I have a big purpose in this world. And so I have to experience all these things in order for me to, be prepped and equipped for my purpose. And I'm already like doing it. I'm like, I'm not even going to go into that, but like, I have gifts and talents, and I'm using them, and it's for people. Like, I've prayed a long time ago, I want to make huge differences in people's lives. You saw that when we were together, and I'm still doing that. Like, God puts people in my path that need me, and I make a huge difference in their lives. And if you read them letters that I sent you, like, what was in the letters, like, is like not even the half of it. The huge difference I made for Lacey. I mean, most women don't get their kids back. She did. I was with her that whole time through that, and she complied and did everything they wanted her to do. And like, I was a good influence. I was there for her. And Kathy, who's raising her granddaughter, like, she's bipolar, and Kathy's bipolar, and God has given me, like, I understand her, and I've taken this time. It's been like a 2-year investment, but like, she trusts me. She gives me her bank card to go to the bank for her, and the baby, the baby confuses me with her mom. She's called me mom. She gets just as excited to see me as she does her mom, but with nobody else. And she doesn't have separation anxiety with me, like with anybody else that Kathy would have watch her. These things should mean something to you, that there's something about me, like my heart and my motives and my intentions, and I'm genuine, and you're having our kids miss out on that. Like, I don't, these other people are just filling time. Like, I'm a mom. You've like stripped me from, it's like being castrated, you're not a man if you don't have, and that's what I feel like you did to me. You castrated me, like, my convictions that have never changed. Maybe I changed. I went through a dark time, but I came out of that. I proved it to you, and yet you do this. Like, you and me are the only people who know the truth, who know that I have reached out to you for like this whole time, pretty much, wanting more of my kids. Say, I don't understand why you're not allowing me to raise my daughters. Like, I feel like you purposely brought them to the point where, they'd rather be at home now because they're at that age. And they're unsupervised. They're on the internet all the time. No, like, they can do whatever they want, eat whatever they want, whenever they want. And so yeah, of course, why wouldn't they choose to be there over here where there's rules, and but even so, when they're here, they enjoy themselves. There were many times them girls did not want to go home, and they cried and begged to not have to go home, and you insisted. You've been unfair, and you know that you have, like, with the schooling, you got just as behind, if not more behind, months after my first week. You couldn't give me my first week, when I had 3 kids for the first time. I hadn't had 3 kids here like that for so long. I have 2 kids needing 1 computer, but we still did the work. Jana, I don't understand why her teacher didn't acknowledge that she got 100 on her spelling test and stuff. I don't know what's going on with that. I can't help but feel like Karen has slandered me to the teachers and the counselors at school, so that everybody thinks, like, your family, I have nightmares that all these people think that I am just a piece of crap mom who doesn't care. And that is not true, and you know that that's not true. I still have all the hundreds of text messages that I've, from between me and you. that I've reached out. All I wanted was them to be in my care when you're at work. That's not too much to ask. I don't want your money. I don't want child support. I thought everything I asked you is what I know that I would have done myself if our roles were reversed. And I think that in your heart you do know that I would have done the same, or not the same. I would have done all the things that I've asked of you. Being just, I'm their mom. You really want me out of their lives? Like, you really think that they're better off? Have you done any research, like, in child psychology? Like, even if I was a piece of crap, you have an opportunity to show your kids your faith. You're a Christian. This is, you haven't, this is, I don't understand how you don't see this as an opportunity to show the kids what it means to love somebody and forgive and mercy and compassion and the Good Samaritan and the golden rule and loving your neighbor. It's just, this is why all this stuff I feel is really out of character for you. And, I just feel like you wouldn't do this or be this way if there weren't things, people, none of these people that are giving you advice and telling you what you should do or shouldn't do when it comes to me. I still can't help but feel that your mom and Karen, they don't even know me. Talk about judging, not judge. Don't judge, and you don't. If you're not, judge not lest you be judged. Whatever. None of you know me. None of you have given me a chance. You know in your heart it's in our children's best interest to see us the way that we used to be. And that's what is. That's what is bothering Jonah, and the other kids. They don't express to you what they're thinking and feeling because they're kids. They know you don't like me.